It was about 200 years
in
ago.
the year 2025, when what we like to call it the Great Fall happened.
The globe was in dispute as the Second Korean War began, where the two Koreas decided to clash. North Korea wanted control of South Korea, and knowing that they would do this, the United States stepped in to help South Korea. But little did they know that Russia, knowing they would do this, would move in on this front in the east. And partnered with them is Japan. Japan moved in from the west, and Mexico moved in from the south. Now, the United States and Canada were pretty good allies, so Canada helped. It was an even and big war. And finally, it all ended when Russia decided to send some nukes over to the United States. And not only did they send it to the United States, they sent nukes everywhere. Everyone was gone. They took nukes to Europe, to Africa, to Australia, to Asia. They took them everywhere. And the only place that didn't suffer mass landfall was where we live now, in the United States. And what happened next was huge. Rebellions were sparked because if we were destroyed, then our government must not be doing a good enough job. So after that, the United States decided to split up. Each state became their own state, and they ruled each other and governed themselves, which is where we go to Ohio, right in here. And Ohio is where I currently live. And we are under the rule of the Bertram family legacy. He even created a new national anthem.
North Oakwood is the best, is the best, is the best. Our North Oakwood is the best. It passes every test. Henry Bertram must live on, must live on, must live on. Henry Bertram must live on. He is our savior. We are very happy here, happy here, happy here. We are very happy here, for what is there to fear? This place will forever live, ever live, ever live. This place will forever live, because our state is festive.
Well, see, I wrote this letter representing the people's ideas, and it's to give to the government so they understand that we don't like what's going on. We want the Bertram family legacy to end. We want something new. We want new government. We don't like what they've done. And this letter is going to remain anonymous, so there's no trace to me or the rebellion that is currently being created. I took the letter to the dictator's house myself, as to not be traced. Nobody knows the true identity of the dictator, but it is said that it's the governor. I'm not quite sure.
Change. Better wages and fun. Evil. End of reign. This is not gonna do.
What to do about this dumb rebellion problem?
Well, what ideas do you have?
Well, we've got propaganda, reasoning.
What about violence? Is that an option?
It is, but it's one of our last options. We really don't want to start out like that.
What's on there about listening to the people? What's that all about?
Oh, right. That one's now below violence. We don't want the people thinking that they have some type of power, trying to intimidate the government. We don't want that at all.
So what do you think you're gonna do? What are you gonna try?
I think we're gonna have to go with propaganda for this one.
Well, what ideas do you have with that? I think that sounds like a good idea. But what have you got?
I have some great ideas in mind.
That sounds pretty good. And so the governor made his commercial. It was, how do I put it, a complete and total failure. It did nothing at all except for stir up the people, and the governor was kind of concerned. He'd have to turn to violence. Anyways,
This commercial did end up airing a few days later.
Hi, I'm the governor of our civilization called North Oakwood, and today I'd like to talk to you about our dictator. I've noticed lately that a lot of people aren't really trusting what our dictator is doing, and they're wrong for this because the dictator knows all. He knows everything that's going on in society, and he knows what's best for our society. We need to trust him as the people, and doing this will lead to a better civilization. Another reason you should trust our dictator is because our dictator has all the power. Henry Bertram V is the fifth generation of Bertrams to rule North Oakwood, and as we know, the Bertram heritage has led us through great times, through struggle, and through success. Why do we stop trusting them now? Because of the Bertram family, we are one of the best societies around, and who could ask for that? The final reason we should believe in our dictator is because he has been with us thick and thin, and it's only fair that we as the citizens repay the favor to him. The dictator knows what's best for our society, and we need to keep it that way. Thank you for your time.
The dictator called for a secret meeting with me. He figured out who I was and why I wrote the letter based on signatures and different things from receipts.
Hello, Mr. Peters. My apologies for meeting out here so late, but it was the only time open in my schedule for us to meet, so.
It's my pleasure to be here, Governor.
Yes, hi. I'm here to talk to you about this whole rebellion thing happening and what we can do to stop it from happening.
Thank you. I'm excited to be able to talk to you.
Now it's my time to talk, okay? You see this little mom back here? Yeah, that's my secret forces, okay? They're here in case this meeting goes bad because you want to know why? Because there is no rebellion, okay? I'm shutting it down right now. And if you guys do rebel, I'm setting a secret force in, okay? And they're going to use as much violence as possible to shut it down. Because I do not want a rebellion in this city because the Bertram family has been ruling this land for 5 generations and we're going to keep it that way, okay? It will rule until the end of the era.
As long as I'm alive, the rebellion's alive. And you know what? If they want to stop the rebellion, they're going to have to catch me first.
Get
Well, it's been about 10 days since I ran away. They haven't found me yet. I found this little fortress here. I'm close enough to the city where I can still hear the pain and torture of all the people getting shot. All the gunshots are terrible. I'm surprised they haven't found me yet. I haven't really been hiding that well. I just hope that I can get away and that the rebellion can live on. Well, it's been 2 days since my last recording. I don't think they found me. Hey!
Hey, there he is. Get him! Hey, get him! This rebellion will soon be over.